Good morning, everyone. So, today we are going to be discussing Grant Cardone again. This is part two, follow up to yesterday's video where I discussed going to his real estate summit. So, just to kind of kick it off, a little bit of a recap. If you didn't watch yesterday's video, I would implore you go watch it. But if not, here's my synopsis, which is I got a ticket for free to go see Grant Cardone. Didn't want to go see Grant Cardone for the most part because I didn't really like his content because I remember originally seeing him back in like 2015, 2016, and he was he was still doing a lot of stuff with the used car salesman, so at that point I really didn't I was not I was not his demographic, so I just did not connect with him. Fast forward to the end of July when I went to this first ever real estate summit that he put on. Uh, didn't I thought that they could have done a little bit better job with signage at the resort, letting you know exactly where to go. I thought that could have been a little better. But overall, the main thing is not all the show as far as, the signs and having the nicest place. It's more about the content. And for me, the content of his real estate summit was really really good. Now, the thing is I'm not speaking from a place of being a real estate investor. I've never invested in real estate. I don't even own a home. I'm a renter. I'm the person that he would market to come rent one of his apartments. So take everything I say about real estate with a grain of salt. So for me, if you have heard Grant stuff and you do invest in real estate and you do it as a real estate investor, you're not just flipping homes, you're actually investing in these homes and using it for passive income. I would love to hear from you. Please comment down below. I would love to connect on that because I want to know if his information is good or if there's things that you think that he's keeping off the table or is he telling everything? Because for me, I would love to know that way whenever I start amassing more wealth, I would love to be able to use real estate. Right now, all the money that we're bringing in from our main thing, from all of our different streams, we're consolidating it to reinvest into these businesses. So we got to keep the main thing until we grow big enough to where we can really go invest in some real estate. So that's my 2 cents. If you're watching this and you actually have A, listened to Grant stuff, and B, do invest in real estate, maybe multifamily, commercial, whatever it is, bigger venues, please reach out to me. I would love to know if his information is good or not. So, moving forward, for me, I really enjoyed hearing him speak. That was my first time hearing him speak. And I just enjoyed that it was him pretty much 99% of the time. From the man, what you call that? From the curtain drop to the very end, it was him speaking. If you watch yesterday's video, as I said, he is up there from the get go to the end, and sometimes he'll have other people speak, but he's usually on the stage with them. It's not just like guest speakers and then he's up there sometimes. That's my biggest thing when it comes to Tony Robbins. I've been to many more Tony Robbins events than I have Grant Cardone stuff. If you saw my other video, I spent $15,000 to go see Tony Robbins, and I went and saw Grant for free, and I enjoyed Grant stuff more. Now, here's the debate: is for me personally, I think that it just depends on where you are, at what certain stage of life you're at. If you're having issues mentally and with your self-talk and not being able to communicate clearly with your spouse or whoever else, then maybe Tony Robbins is a better starting point than Grant Cardone. But if you are looking to make money, in my opinion, from spending $15,000 to go to the flagship money making thing that Tony has, I would highly suggest going to Grant Cardone stuff instead, because A, it's much cheaper. B, you're gonna learn more about money. That is what is the driving force behind Grant Cardone, is making money. So one of them is helping people, which is Tony. Another one is making money, which is Grant. So it just depends on what stage of life you're in. For me personally, and for my wife, well, really just for me because my wife didn't go, I am at that stage of my life where it's really about making money. Coming up in the next month, we're going to start buying Christmas presents for underprivileged kids. Last year we bought Christmas for 100 kids, or last year was 30 something kids that we provided Christmas. This year we're looking to do closer to 100. So that investment for us is about a $15,000 investment. So that means, because my cousin is also helping us with this is something that he's very passionate about. So he'll probably be donating or investing in his own money about 10 to 15,000. So that means that's $30,000. So you got to look at it in terms of actual money. Is for me and my wife, we've built this business that's been able to provide us this. The thing is that with him, he's working a job, but his job pays him very well. So he's able to provide that. So the thing is with your life, you don't have to be in a business to make good money. I mean, my cousin makes over six figures, and he works from home, he makes his own schedule, and he works a job. So be very aware. For him, he doesn't take on as much of the risk like we do. Everything is us. We have employees, we have softwares, we have everything. That's all on us. For him, he invested in a desk and a chair and a printer. The rest of the stuff is on the company. So I'm not trying to talk you out of business. And I know I'm supposed to be discussing Grant Cardone, and this is just discussing money, which ties into that. But if you are thinking about doing a business and you're working a job right now, look at the different avenues in your job first. I'll say this first. Figure out if there, especially now, after everything that's happened in 2020 and what's going on with the Delta variant right now, you may be able to find a way to work from home. So you don't have to go start the business. You may be able to work from home, making pretty decent money, depending on what you do. And maybe not make your own schedule, but you will be able to do your own stuff. You'll be able to watch TV with the significant other. You may be able to, with the games coming up, with all the football coming up, you may be able to watch football or do whatever it is while you're working. You will have more freedom. So just bear in mind now, you don't have to go starting a business or finding a side hustle and doing these things to be able to have the same kind of lifestyle. The only reason I would suggest you start a business is A, you have a great idea that you know people love. You already have some semblance of what it's going to be like to launch. You have an audience. If you do those things, it'll make your life easy when you launch. The other thing is that even if you don't have those things and you're like, hey, I still really want to go into business, then really consider the fact that why are you doing it? For my wife and I, we're doing it so we can donate $15,000. Not donate. We can invest in $15,000 in these kids. And now, why would I use that languaging? Why would I change it from donating to investing? When it comes to these kids, I see it as an investment because these kids are the future. They're underprivileged right now, and yes, maybe they don't have the nicest clothes or the nicest stuff. Maybe they're one of their parents are missing out of their lives. But to me, I see it as an investment because they're the future. So if I can inspire one of these kids to go and be great, maybe they turn into a Tony Robbins or a Grant Cardone themselves. So that's how I feel about it. If that's your driving force, then go start a business. Because that's the way you're going to be able to donate the most. That's the way you're going to be able to invest in others the most. So that's my 2 cents on that. Finishing it up with my last minute, I would say if that is your driving force like it is mine right now, that's why I'm up at 5 o'clock in the morning now, instead of going to bed at 5 o'clock in the morning. I would say go watch Grant's stuff. Go sign up for a course of his. Go watch a free webinar, because I know he does those all the time. He's going to teach you and show you money. And the reason why I'm saying this is if you're stuck on the fence between Tony or Grant, just figure out where you are in life. If it's like a mental thing going on with you, consider Tony. If it's about the money and you're trying to get more of it so you can invest in other people, whether that's your family, your friends, some kids, some underprivileged kids, being able to help the people in Louisiana right now, whether it's people in Afghanistan, whatever it is, I would consider going and watching Grant. So if you did enjoy this, I would really appreciate a like. If you enjoy this kind of content, please consider subscribing. Again, if you're that real estate guy or girl, please comment down below. Let me know if you've heard his stuff, and let me know if it's actually as good as I think it is. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Everyone be safe. If you're in the path of Ida is pouring huge amounts of rain on us. Not near as much as what, of course, whenever it made landfall, but we're catching a lot of rain. Middle Tennessee is expected to possibly be getting tornadoes. So if you're in that path, I'm praying for you. I pray that you be safe today, and I will see you guys tomorrow.